Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my co-host today, the Ric Flair of comic books himself, Uncle Gary.
Woo! All right.
We will have our third guest. We'll have our third chair join us in a little bit. But right now, we're on the pre-show. So, hello, everyone. This is we get stuff out. We chat a bit, and we can check, make sure we sound okay, look okay. All good to go. Uncle
Just
Gary,
okay. I thought we were supposed to look spectacular.
you are right. We are supposed to look.
Here, let me help that out. There we go.
There you go. Now we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we look spectacular.
Spectacular.
There you go. And okay, how do you get those big muscles? What do you do? What do you carry?
That's some push-ups, baby. 450, 3 days a week.
Nice. I've been doing push-ups. I don't think I've been not 450, but maybe I'll have to update numbers soon.
Okay.
I do try to do push-ups every day. Yeah. And then also got sometimes you just gotta like take a big old comic book or something and like you said, lift it up.
Do curls. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Lift those short boxes, then lift long boxes. Makes you strong.
So, Uncle Gary, before we were chatting, we were talking a bit about that Wonder Man show, and you had said you watched it.
I watched the Wonder Man show. I really liked it. It wasn't a superhero thing, but it was a great character study.
Keith.
There you go, Mr. Keith. Hello. It was a great character study about two actors trying to get a role or two, and it was a buddy picture between Yaya and Ben Kingsley, and they were great. So I enjoyed the performances, but it just wasn't a superhero thing.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Richard. Yeah.
Hey, Richard. And Wonder Man is my favorite Marvel character, and it had nothing absolutely to do with Wonder Man except the name Wonder Man and the name Simon Williams, and the fact that Simon Williams, was a struggling actor. But he didn't start out that way. He kind of fell into the acting after he was a superhero. So,
yeah. See, I'll give it a watch. And that's why I definitely wanted to hear what you had to say because I know, with Wonder Man,
like I said,
you're a huge fan. Yeah,
I liked it. It just, it just wasn't. It's as far removed from the comic book characters, maybe any character they've ever put on, put in live action.
Just knowing that for me, like I could be maybe I can enjoy it a little more like that, just knowing, okay, here's what I'm getting into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I like I said, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't Wonder Man.
Yeah, so just a show about an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I know a thing or two about shows about actors.
Couple actors.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Richard is right. He says, hit that like button and do some push-ups.
Do them push-ups, baby. That's right. Make that button hand strong.
That is right. And you know what? We've got something that we are dripping with, and we want to give them to everybody. What is it, Uncle Gary?
Oh, look at us. Look at those faces there. So all the socials, we are absolutely positively just dripping with the socials, and we'd like nothing better than to give them to you, baby. Hit that button.
That's right. And if you want to get some merch and meet the team and so much more, you can go to www.thecodexstation.com. And Richard's jumping a little bit ahead of us, and he says, number one, true, Codex is the best comic book YouTuber station. Right.
Richard's the best type man out there for us. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Richard just says 23 for TMNT for Fear Insanity. Richard, just so you know, when you were not here, I come through for you, and I said, I know Richard's going to say TMNT with 23.
He predicts that all the time. I'm going to go with that today.
We will get to that in a little bit. Mr. Keith also watched Wonder Man. He said Wonder Man was great, but yeah, I've seen lots of stories about actors trying to act or writers trying to write.
Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I binged all 8 within 2 days. My wife liked it too, and loved the ending. Absolutely loved the ending. But
are they like half-hour episodes or closer to an hour?
Yeah, about half hour. So,
okay, yeah. That's good. You can get to them pretty fast. They said, when shows are that long, you can get them pretty fast. We have our third chair joining us today.
There he is.
What's going on?
Look at him. He's in a different location today. Look at him.
Damn.
Yeah.
A mobile.
You're mobile.
Today we were just chatting a little bit about Wonder Man. Yeah, what the show. Have you gotten to see it yet?
He hadn't seen it yet.
Me neither. I'll have to get to it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I don't have Disney.
Mr. Keith said, yeah, Ben Kingsley has done a real total 180 after Iron Man 3.
Well, Ben Kingsley is a fine actor. So, I mean,
He certainly is.
Yeah, he is a stellar actor, and he was really good in this Wonder Man series. So
I actually liked him as the Mandarin. I found him quite frightening, as that character.
And then,
yeah, and then.
So that still comes
Sonny,
in.
hi.
Yeah, hey, good to see you, Chris. It's been a couple weeks, but good to see you again. I was reading what it says, your caption. Yeah, do I look like the dumbest man in the world to you?
Well, do I?
No. Trust me, I've seen and I've known there's so many dumb people out there. So, Chris, you don't get that award from me. But
there are a lot of other candidates. Yeah.
Do we look like two stupid people in the world to you?
Not stupid, tupid. Tupid.
That's heavy as hell.
We're so tupid we can't even throw the S in there. Just tupid.
Guys,
what's up, gentlemen?
I've got some comic books lately, so I think I can show you some comics. There's Uncle Gary Big.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, brother.
And now it's me.
Oh, it just went downhill.
No,
he shrunk.
So I've got a few comic books.
Small. SM.
Real quick before I jump into what comic books I got, Mobius says, this is what Mobius said. He said Kingsley was great in Sexy Beast. Okay, the movie's on my to-see list.
See, I thought he was sexy in Great Beast.
You guys say, I haven't seen it yet, so.
That is a great, what is it? Sexy Beast? That is an autobiography of myself. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, now I definitely got to see it, right?
Sexy Beast.
All right, so.
Are you sure that wasn't Sexy Least?
Could have been.
All right.
Could have been. No, it was Sexy Beast.
I wasn't really listening before I signed the contract.
That's the best way to do it.
Pay attention to those contracts, man.
What could possibly go wrong?
The Codex, we have our Comic Collecting Goals 2026 video out there. And, I'm still trying to get all those Age Revelations. I'm almost there. So I ordered some, but had them shipped to a comic shop, and I got some. So here's the ones I got.
Very cool.
Speaking of Wonder Man, Long Shots number 3.
I did enjoy the Long Shots series because of Wonder Man in it. Yep.
Nice. So I've only got that one left to read in that one. I got Rogue Storm number 3. This is the one
Peter
story
North in Long Shots.
Yeah, I'm getting a little confused with the Rogue Storm story, but I'll catch up. Sinister 6, it's a variant cover. So yeah. So Omega Red.
That is cool.
Omega Red is one of my favorite X-Men villains. And then Radioactive Spider-Man number 3. Do any of you know who that character is behind him?
That's Grimace gone bad.
Oh, so I'm not too sure if I should give away the spoiler as to who that actually is.
Is it an F-lister?
Ready for it? I give away the spoiler of who this is right away. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. That's Aunt May.
Wow.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And Binary number 3.
I don't think I want to eat any wheat cakes she's making.
No. And then I have
That's what did it to her.
X-Vengers number 3.
And I did like X-Vengers.
Variant cover.
Boy, they're really getting good at just cramming words together, aren't they? Slap words together and see if we can sell some books.
So that's the ones I got. So guys, now all I have left, I almost have it. I've almost completed the whole series. All I need left is the last Wolverine number 3, and then I have the whole collection.
Very cool.
The exceptional.
And then Richard says, I still have to buy your book. Richard, thank you very much. I've got 2 out now, and one is right there. It's Bodies. And then he also says that Aunt May really let herself go. She did. In that Age of Revelation, she is, let herself go looking like that. Hold on, guys. I'll be back in 1 second.
Oh.
Behave.
He just blanked out.
Things look better here now.
Yeah. Why is this camera shaking like that?
These two handsome son bitches.
I know. Look, why is Sonny's camera? It's just shaking. Look at that. What is he doing
He's
in the
trying
dark?
to break a toy.
No. Although that video you sent me with those, or you sent us, Chris, with those like
those cheap knockoffs.
Yeah, Batman and Spider-Man or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, those deserve to be broken.
Goofy stuff. Yeah.
Those are pretty funny whenever I've seen any of those out in public.
All right. Well, I have this is a dark day for me. Something really sad has happened.
Did you shart?
I didn't, but the news almost made me want to. Something that has been rumored for a while has come to pass. And that is the Washington Post has axed their sports section and their metro section and a third of the paper, a third of the staff. And I am still one of these old school people that reads the paper cover to cover every day. And while there still will be a paper and they'll still, it's delivered to my house every day, the lack of a sports section and a metro section is, I think, so damaging and dispiriting.
It makes it almost pointless.
Well, it's dispiriting to the community in which you live. It is something, they're talking, that is coverage of things that greatly interest the local community, and to lose that. And even though, sure, the Post had one of the greatest sports sections historically of any paper, and they've had a murderer's row of columnists that have come out of Washington that have worked there. And as a kid, loving sports, that was my gateway to the paper, is reading the sports section and the comics, and then to where I evolved to where I read the paper cover to cover, the front page, the style section, everything. But I just think that this is just an awful.
It's the end of an era too.
It is, and I understand that newspapers are in trouble because my age, Chris, you're a contemporary of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely, it's Bezos. Absolutely,
it is Bezos' fault.
Yep, but
hi, Pam.
As a country, though, I know that people of my generation even aren't reading the paper like I do, and
that's true. I don't read the paper.
Yeah, like you don't read it. Mike doesn't. Y'all get your news from other sources, and that's fine. But
what is this paper you speak of now?
Yeah, exactly. See, you don't even freaking know. But the other thing,
it's like a web page only on dead plants.
Yeah, the Graham family that used to own the Post, that sold the Post, they were stewards of the community, and I believe if they were still in charge and financially solvent, they would keep it going because they knew what a jewel that paper was in time, for the community. And I'm not just talking about sports. I'm also talking about the metro section. Right?
It's a historical paper.
Absolutely, but the metro section encompassing the whole DMV, that's District, Maryland, Virginia area, and it just this is just hacking off our local roots, right? And it's going to be a paper now that will concentrate
jokes on the newspaper. I don't know how to read.
Well, there you go. But you can still look at the pretty pictures.
Saving money.
But that's something that bound us all in this DMV together. And you're cutting that tie if you're just going to be a political, cover national political news. They've also cut some of their foreign service staff. And
that's ridiculous.
This is old man ranting, and I understand that. But I just think we're going to lose something. And I'll predict within 20 years, I guess, print journalism will be gone because
print media will be
media. Well, I guess print newspapers will be gone because aren't Time and Newsweek just digital now? I know Sports Illustrated doesn't publish a magazine anymore. So what we hold in our hands and read, the papers, the magazines, are going to be gone. And it makes me wonder, how much longer do we have the comic industry? Do we have that longer? Because
they've made a couple of runs at it, and it just hasn't really worked, man.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it doesn't like, and we've spoken about this. It doesn't have the intimate feel that newspaper and newsprint has, or having the physical copy of.
Right, I hate reading digitally, but I think one thing that'll help comics though is because of the storytelling through the images that digitally it's not as pretty as it is to hold it in your hand and look at the art. So maybe that's what it has going for it. But I just think
people like the physical media of it,
but
the collectability of it. When it goes away, the collectability wanes.
Well, I agree with that. So I just wonder greatly,
Speaking of buying books, Richard says, where can I buy Chris's book?
You can buy it. You can buy them. Currently, both of them are at Comic Logic.
Comic Logic. Yeah, we have the books there. Chris, if you get down to this area, we still have his books there, even signed by Chris. So, Richard, if you get down there,
I signed them myself.
He signed him himself. I saw him do it. He used his feet.
Every time I would sign one, Gary would give me a dog treat.
Any toenails break off in there?
That's right. Yeah. If you're lucky, you get a Chris toenail in there. So I just think this is a sad day for the DMV area. And again, I blame the devil Bezos for this.
Well, it's a sad day for American history. I mean, it's just another nail in the coffin for print media.
Absolutely. And yes, the Post will still exist. And, that is a great movie. That is a fantastic movie.
Recommends the paper with Michael Keaton.
I have a subscription to the Post. I have considered canceling it, but first of all, if I'm doing it to make a statement, Bezos doesn't care. He doesn't care. He slapped his.
That's his digital. Hey,
that's good work if you can
one step ahead of sale.
That is really good if you can get that work.
That's friggin' brilliant.
Yep, and but
be there for the last comic.
Bezos. Oh well, shoot.
Awesome.
Spring LotCon. Our Spring LotCon is going to be Sunday, May 17th. So you can count on that. But it would make a difference. And the other thing is, that would mean that my source of news, I would have to rely on TV or read it on my phone. And that saddens me. If I see a news story on TV, what do you get, 2-3 minutes max? If I read an in-depth article in the Post, I can get an article that really lays out everything, lays out all the facts, gives you.
I've seen it take you 3 days to read a 4-paragraph article.
Well, that's because I'm parsing every single word, every single letter. That's right.
I'm a slow reader too. It happens to me.
Just milking it.
No, yeah. So
I paid for this paper. I'm milking every letter.
Oh, and listen, that paper subscription ain't cheap either, brother.
No, it's not.
It's like $100. $100 every time it might be $100 a month, or every 6 weeks. It's $100.
Agreed, Pam.
Yeah.
Digital doesn't have that complex
old
smell.
musty, grandma's attic smell or basement.
Yeah.
It's all the same. I have no sense of smell. So.
Well.
You will if you come around me after Mexican food.
There you go. You won't have any senses.
You'll discover that sense of smell real quick.
The only way I would know if something's like really bad is how suddenly you get like this feeling in my body. Like if I was to use a porta potty, then suddenly I get like a nasty feel. But
yeah,
I still know. I could still figure it out.
That's the grind.
That smell would be so bad your clothes would wrinkle.
Well, it's been known to sear the flesh off of a human being.
Wow. So anyway, that's my old rant and sad. But like I said, it's not just sports section. It's the Metro section. So it's just a sad day. And there are communities that don't have any papers anymore, that have lost their. Did the Pittsburgh lose the Post-Gazette? I mean, Denver or Pittsburgh within the last 2 years lost their only print newspaper, so that they had for the entire town, and that's a major city.
It's a business that it's winding down.
It is, and I know, like I said, my generation
for coal energy. I mean, its time has passed.
It is just it's a fossil, just like I am. So.
And I get it. I mean, I love reading the newspaper.
Yeah, me too.
As well, the funny pages is, of course, my favorite because I haven't grown up much past 15.
Well, you always had to read the Metro section to see if you needed to go on Hideout. to see
That's true.
if they were catching up to you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just gotta go on your phone and say, "That's
Want
not
to.
me. That wasn't me. That was AI."
It was AI. That's all you got to
Instead of
say
me.
now.
I
Well, guys, we will promise to bring you all the news, so I will get us on to the actual show right after about 36 seconds. So, hello, welcome to the actual show of the Codex Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, joined by my co-hosts, Uncle Gary, the Ric Flair Comic Books himself, and although it said Mighty Mike, today we're joined by one and only Chris.
Good seeing y'all.
Yep, very good.
Here, thank you for joining us again.
The Schwartz is in the house.
Yeah, we've been making sure you've been behaved. You've been doing good. I got all these warnings about you.
Well, he's been on the show with you before, and nothing caught fire.
Yeah, nothing yet. But today
Not
we've
yet.
got a little bit of comic book news. We got the Variant Insanity. We will be having our right or wrong. Everybody's got some statements today, and you may wonder why is this episode called "Everyone's Evil," and that happens to go with the random panel of the week. I specifically chose it for an episode that Uncle Gary's on. You'll see why. And then the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, so I had to pick an F lister that goes with that theme of the Super Bowl. And then
Super Pro.
Well, Super Pro was on there over 100 episodes ago, but somebody, you're on the right track. And then our topic of the week will be who are some evil characters that can't be redeemed. So I will get us started with comic book news / the rundown.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, but yeah, so we got our news stuff, and the rundown was originally made one time was the beginning of a year. So when you're taking a couple weeks off, there was so much news. So I said I need to do a rundown because we're going to be here for hours if we specifically go on each one.
On the original first episode, they did the rundown. The Earth was flat.
I still have the notes for the very first episode of the Codex Podcast.
He's just hand drawn. He's just on a string that went across the camera.
Back then, it's been that long. Yeah. Starts off SK hosts, intro, comic roots. Yeah. Still a topic of the week back then, all the way back in the beginning. But yeah, so comic book news this week. It was a little bit slow of a week, but there's a new supervillain coming in Spider-Man. And that villain is called Torment, and he's coming later this month when Spider-Man has to team up with Venom and Carnage. Other news going on is that the artist Kevin Maguire has said that he released a cover for Godzilla King Kong Justice League, and he said this might be his last cover ever with DC. And some other news is that AI, it's coming for us all. Pinecone Moment is making their founder just put in somewhere with 10 figures of money invested into an AI app where you can use AI to make 6 pages of comic books. So Dan Kelly was really happy about that. No, he was not happy. He's like more.
Did he have a 7-page story though?
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah,
I can't think if it's 6 or 7, but either way, I think he's going to be against it. Yeah, he was ready as soon as I put it in our chat. He was like more AI slop from people who wish
he hates anything AI. Yep.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I mean, it takes away from the artistry that humans can create. With our wonderful imaginations instead of copies of copies of copies.
Yeah, so we can jump onto that one first, because that's the news. But with that, I mean, I understand some AI use. Sometimes it's fun, or sometimes you're like, I'm trying to get some kind of quick idea. But to completely go all the way everything AI and then be like, look what I made, guys. I mean, there's a huge difference of, let me just grab anything, being like, this is a comic book that was actually made, and then having an AI picture and be like, guys, look what I made. There's somebody did this, people worked on it, they drew it, they inked it and everything. There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Yeah. Even me with when somebody loves something, I absolutely love to write. I don't want to have AI write anything. I want to write every word. I want to write it and edit it and go over it again because that's what I love. So I wouldn't get it when someone wants to use AI for it. And Moby says, great, more AI slop. Shaking my head.
Him and Dan, the same.
Right there with you.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage.
So, guys, check out this new comic book I made in 10 seconds. 6 pages long. No.
I really think that it is a threat to the arts as a whole. And I mean, it's doing music. It's it's doing comics. It can paint. It can draw. It can do. I don't want to see it take away from the impact of human ingenuity, I guess.
Yep, I agree.
Copyright laws can be used to stop this. Yeah, so I don't know. There's certain things going on in certain states, trying to go against it, and to see if it's taken from somebody, you could tell hey, this is so and so's voice, or this is so and so's artwork.
Yeah, and it's a beast they're creating. I mean, these some bitches act like they never watched a sci-fi film. They know the end result of this shit.
Yeah,
we all do.
The water. It's taking all the water too when everyone uses it.
Was it Skynet or Cyberdyne?
Skynet was Terminator.
Yeah,
it's Skynet.
Yeah, and then too, I saw one thing before, a meme, or maybe it was a meme or some kind of saying, and it said, I thought in the future that machines would have all the boring jobs and factory jobs and everything like that, and we would be doing the art and having fun. It's like the opposite. We're doing the labor jobs, and AI is having all the fun making music, drawing, and writing and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm a stubborn one. I will continue to write, and and like my book, I refuse to use AI, so I refuse to use AI, so I left my book to just have a white background.
Did you?
Yeah, I refuse. Yeah, so I'm like, it's just gonna be white. And then look at that, Booge is in the Booge.
Love that guy.
Mr. Kid said, yeah. So far, I've only needed AI to find out who sucks.
There you go.
But AI is actually a pretty good movie. I like the movie AI though. It was like
it's not a bad film.
Yeah. Mr. Kid says, as a theater guy, I eagerly await the backlash.
Yeah.
But guys, let me get a little bit on to some Spider-Man stuff going on. So, like I said, there's a new villain going to come out called Torment. And so there's a new story. It'll be called, Torment, first appearance, get ready, will be in this month's Amazing Spider-Man / Venom Death Spiral #1. And that will come out February 25th. And it'll be part of a storyline where we'll see Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage team up. And after a few issues, that will go on. So obviously, February, the first appearance. It will be March. It will be April. And then it says May 13th will be a special one-shot showing the origin of Torment.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know. So far, no pictures of what the character looks like, but who knows? Maybe that'll be one that might have some variant covers at the end of the month. But either way,
first 92 of them.
AI's creating Torment right now.
It's working on it, right?
It's already made 100 variant covers as we've had this during the whole pre-show. It made like 100 different covers. Watch those fingers. And I saw something before saying about fingers. It was like a fake finger you could put on. It's like just put this fake finger on. So if you commit a crime, you could say, "Look, that's not me. That's AI. It got my fingers wrong."
Wow.
That's fantastic.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I don't need that. I don't know why I would get it, but it's just kind of funny. Just pin it out there. Just pin that info out there for anybody. We want you to stay safe and out of jail and watching Codex.
Oh, it's important.
Yeah.
No, you can watch from jail.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
You just have to have someone keister a cell phone into you. But
yeah, people get cell phones. Yeah, people get cell phones there. So okay.
Yeah. Wow. Keister it in. Wow.
Yeah, the rough life. Rough life.
I don't want to be the first one making a call on that phone.
This phone smells horrible, and I have pink eye.
I'm sure that's happened before. I'm sure it's happened quite a bit.
Mm.
But going to Kevin McGuire, during his last cover, he posted online on his Twitter, slash X account, and everything that he, it's the Godzilla King Kong Justice League, and the cover. It's literally first I'm like, I can't see the face, and then it's technically the bottom of Godzilla's foot, and very tiny. You see Guy Gardner, and what he put was
he got stomped.
This could be my last cover for DC. So having it be Godzilla walking off into the sunset with Guy Gardner stuck to the bottom of his foot, I couldn't ask for a better. Adios. And then he also said, for those asking why, I want to spend the remainder of my career drawing what I want to, not what others want me to draw. I want to do storytelling, create and develop characters, not just do variant covers and pinups. I've been sitting on a number of creator-owned ideas. I need to stop procrastinating. I ain't getting younger. That and my page at DC has been the same for 20 years. And to do the kind of work I want to do, I just can't afford to work for them anymore.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him.
No.
I have an original piece by him.
Oh, nice.
That I paid for when I was at a con. Wow. So you've seen it.
1 of 1.
The Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
Wahaha.
Yep. It's a 1 of 1.
It is.
Nice 1 of 1. Speaking of another 1 of 1,
Liz
is in the comments. Hey, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
So it's it. I completely understand. Like I said, he's getting up to an age, and he's been working for DC, doing all these covers. But when you have your dreams, you gotta sometimes take that risk and say, I'm stepping away from this to focus on my dreams and my characters. Like you said, he has characters and stuff he wants to do. So good luck to him.
And I'm sure he's, watched his finances over the years, made sure he was able to make this jump, and he's good to go. And that's more power to him.
Yeah.
If he can make something even more creative than he's done. He's an incredible artist. I love it.
He can make a character, and then we, later on, years from now, we go back and say, oh yeah, remember when when people weren't too sure if he should leave DC, and then he turned around and made Hooba Dooba Doo Doo, and everyone loves it.
He's gonna name a character that. And we're gonna be like, Sonny was right.
Called it Hooba Dooba Doo Doo. I guess maybe I've been spending too much time looking at F-listers and possible F-listers. I got this great name.
Who's on the F list tonight?
It's a surprise.
Oh, is it a surprise?
It always is a surprise.
I'll give you one hint.
He's a kicker. He's a kicker.
Are you farting?
No. I'll let you wonder. Is it closer to a farting, or is it closer to a kicker?
It's Batroc the Leaper.
Batroc the Leaper.
So, not bad rock. Somebody you might not know. Somebody who's not too.
Kangaroo Jack.
We'll get to it soon.
Making shit up. No, I don't know.
No problem. We'll get to it soon, but first things gotta get a little.
Johnny Froglegs.
Wow.
That's insane. It's time for it. Isn't that catchy?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't use
I dig it.
dance.
It's all right.
It's the dance cut.
It's the dance cut. Did you write that, Sonny?
Oh, Sale did.
Oh, Sal did?
Yeah, Sale did. He was at the club one night and he got some inspiration and did a little work and yeah, now it's part of the show. And for guessing the F lister, who said Wind Ripper? I will let you all guess until we actually get to the character. I'm not going to say the name until we get to the character. We are on to Variant Insanity, so you all know how it goes. Take a guess as to which comic book had the most covers this week.
Vampirella.
Vampirella?
I don't know what comics came out this week.
Just say Turtles. Say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Beat you and Richard.
Ninja Turtles.
There you go.
Ninja Turtles, yes. And Richard earlier did say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Last week, did you see that I got it right?
Yes, you did.
The one time, yes, I had Iron Man. The one only when Sale's on, I could guess. Yeah,
it was Iron Man.
Yeah, number one.
With how many?
14.
Wow, that's impressive for a Marvel comic.
Okay, Liz is coming in with Archie, Army of Darkness.
It's a good choice.
Give everybody a little bit of time because I know sometimes there's a bit of a delay. Sometimes people get the commercial. I hate commercials. So give me a little bit of time to guess as to what comic book had the most variants. I forgot to mention, not long ago, every now and then I'll bring up, talk to my wife, my Maria, about the show, and I can't remember what comic it was, and she guessed, and she's like 24, and it was technically right. So I'm like, one day I'll bring it up that she had guessed the right answer. But yeah, but last week I was the one who guessed it. Booge is coming in, and he says Transformers. And Mr. Keith's also going, Army of Darkness, Archie. And seeing Transformers, Chris, again, makes me think of that video you sent when I forgot. With all the cheesy one.
It was a transductor or destructor. It just had, and it was supposed to be a transformer.
Yeah. Check out those. What we're talking about, everybody, those videos when you see like at those cheap vendors when they have like superheroes and stuff, and they're complete knockoffs. So they give them a complete change in name.
They have goofy names and Bat Knight Defender.
Yeah. Rouge, it's okay. Just take a guess. Moby says Wolverine versus Alpha Flight.
I don't know that came out this week, but I'll buy that book.
That sounds like a good book.
I'll give you the countdown. The 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. This week. Well, I will say that one of you is right. This week, the comic book that had the most variants was Vampirella. Issue number 10.
Look at that ass. Could that ass be wrong?
No wonder it has so many variant covers.
Mm-hmm.
But how many covers?
She's undead. She did the last time she took a shower.
As many as she wants to have. Yeah. Let's see.
I'll let you take time to guess, and I'll give some info. Sales gave us. Yep. So it's Vampirella number 10. The writer is Christopher Priest. The artist is Davis Goten, and the cover artist is Lucio Perillo. The cover artist of this one, the main cover.
Oh, I like Christopher Priest.
Mm-hmm, me too. We met him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a rather modest 15.
Okay, you're going with a modest 15. Richard before had 23 when he was guessing TMNT. Bouge is going with the unlucky 13. Chris, how about you? How many covers do you think Vampirella has?
Damn, it's Vampirella. It's dynamite. 32.
Wow. Hey, don't worry. Hey, we've had way more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Mr. Keith is going with 8. Liz says, well, the Archie had 25, so it has to be higher than that.
Look at Liz knowing. Wow.
Liz is a thinker.
Did you say Liz is a stinker?
Either or.
She's a stinker. Liz isn't a stinker.
Giving you a little bit of time, I guess. Liz is going with 27. Bougie's going with 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had to check. I was making sure that I'm still online because I saw it took me offline for a moment there. Mobius is going with 31. No. Ready. Nobody is right.
Nobody.
So 10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, Liz, don't be angry at me. Sal the Slab Guy gave me this information. So he said that Vampirella, issue number 10, had a total of 24 covers.
24.
Wow.
So
Wow. We have
maybe I'll have to do some
controversy in the group. We'll
Yeah.
have to have Sal. We'll have to do some splaining.
He may have to
Sal
get
and Liz
spanked.
will have to have a debate about who's cover information, who's got the right information.
Yeah, so we will see. So
I wear this for you, Booge.
Yep.
let me show it. There you go. Let me make it all big. First, there we go. Spawns fried chicken and gasoline.
I don't want to buy either from Captain Spaulding.
All right. And then Liz does say, hey, I could have miscounted on the comics released each week page.
Oh, look at it.
Okay,
Liz falling on her sword
Um,
for Sal's honor. For Sal's honor, Liz has demurred.
So then there we go. Vampirella, issue number 10, has a total of 24 covers. And of course, last week I was looking at the notes, and last month at one point it was Vampirella number 9, number 7, Vampirella's. As I say, she dominated 2025, and now it looks like she'll be dominating 2026 as well.
She's a dominatrix.
But
You know, that's an attractive image and all until you notice all the blood.
No king shaming here on the Codex.
And you're like, what's going on over here?
Is it fresh?
It looks fresh, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Put all that down by our legs.
Yeah.
Fresh kill somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when she looks like that, we don't mind that many covers, so no complaints here. All right. And Bruce says, yeah, Spaulding probably has a good fried chicken recipe.
Oh, you know it.
All right, guys. Now it is time for some right or wrong. After I read this, Liz says Dynamite puts out a ridiculous amount of variants for all their titles. You know what? Right. And then she did correct.
They really do.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of some right or wrong, it's time for right or wrong. So, which one of you gentlemen would like to go first with some statements?
I'll go with statement.
All right, Uncle Gary.
So this month, I have not seen it yet. I'm really looking forward to it, though. On Disney, there is kind of a one episode, maybe pilot of The Muppet Show. And Sabrina Carpenter is the host. And I'm going to say that this will lead to maybe not a whole new series of Muppet shows, but maybe a series of specials of Muppet shows. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's done in the tradition of the old Muppet Show that used to air on ABC. So, and I think Sabrina Carpenter is going to be has got to be a fantastic guest on it. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So I'm going to say that this Disney Plus Muppet Show episode will lead to at least a series of Muppet Show specials to give us joy in a time where we certainly could use some.
Right. I say right. It will give us more. Chris is going right as well. And look at that. Look at the comments. Mr. Keith says right. Yep. Liz says right. Mobius says right. Booge says right. So
that's who
Pam comes in and says right.
Well, we need some more phenomena.
Phenomena. Da, 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 da.
And supposedly they start to show, let's what is it? Let's light the lights and the whole,
I love that.
the whole intro. Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Right, it can be part of the AI backlash.
Yeah, there you go. Real
Keep the
practical.
Muppets as Muppets.
Yeah, keep the Muppets
Exactly.
as I think I read a review on it today. Where did I read the review? In the Washington Post, where I probably won't ever be able to read it again.
I thought you were
And,
going to stay on your phone.
My favorite Muppet is Rolf.
I love Rolf.
Rolf is playing the piano. I think he's playing Rainbow Connection, and evidently he sees Kermit turning lights on. He goes, "Frog, are we going to do the show again?"
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I'm already jazzed for it.
Love the Muppet Show, man.
So
We
that's
grew up with that.
I know. I loved it. I mean, what a great show. So I hope that, like I said, I hope this will lead to a series of specials. Okay, my second one is right here.
Real quick, Pam says, "Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know."
I don't know, Pam. That's right. Price Guide. This is the Overstreet Price Guide, number 7. This is the 7th one from
I'll make it bigger.
1977. There it is. This is my copy, the first one I ever bought, 1977. I think in this one, Action 1 mint conditions, $5,200.
Gary was 37 when he bought that.
Yeah, that's right. I was ancient then. When I bought this one in 1977, I was a young lad of 13. So only 7 years. Action Comics, $5,200. Though in the very first Price Guide, Action Comics 1 was $300, the most expensive book that they had. Well, anyway, getting back to this, Robert Overstreet is the man that put the guide together, and it was his vision, his dream. My right or wrong is this: Robert Overstreet, even though we don't think about him much, is one of the top 10 most influential figures in the history of comic books. Robert Overstreet.
Right.
I think it's a slam dunk right.
It's a slam dunk right.
We never consider it, though, do we, Chris? We never consider it. I have a replica edition of the very first Price Guide that came out a few years ago for the big anniversary of it, I guess 40th anniversary or 50th anniversary of it. And it's signed by Overstreet. And that is a cherished possession because without the Overstreet Price Guide, this industry, this hobby, would be nowhere near where it is now. He created a fandom and a frenzy. So like I said, he's one of the top 10. And I'm talking creators, I'm talking writers, I'm talking artists, I'm talking executives who started companies.
He literally gave you the comic books.
Yep. Well, it sounds like everybody's agreeing. I just think he is absolutely one of the top 10 most influential people in this hobby.
Moby says, "I do know of his work. Embarrassingly, I don't think it's embarrassing."
No, there's nothing embarrassing about it. But Robert Overstreet and the guide, we know from the Price Guide, the Overstreet Guide, right? But we don't think about the man, Robert Overstreet, compiling all those lists and all those numbers and all those books. And again, in this one, 1917.
And it was a lot of work then.
Yeah, look, it was a simple thing. The font is off a little bit. Yeah, the font is kind of an old school font that you type out.
Yeah, it's all typed out.
Yep, and then you got the pictures. There were no color pictures in it. There were color ads on the inside. There were a few color ads, but now it's a beautiful thing when you see it. But this book right here,
I mean, I don't know. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. I'm with you, Mobius. I didn't really know either.
Yeah. So. But this right here, now we've had over 50 editions of it, but this book right here really created a fandom that of collectors that wanted these old books and compiled the info, and it's just this was the industry Bible for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I think it still is. I know, just like we talked about with papers, that this is a little bit obsolete, kind of like the phone book is, right? Because you can go online, but this still has a resonance.
People still depend on them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This still meant something.
Yeah.
Now, and it sure as hell did then, and really, like I said, it just really lit the fire under the whole collecting craze.
Yeah, and
it absolutely did.
How much cases? Yeah, right. He literally gave you the comic books.
Yep.
That's why I will say right. as well. And Mr. Keith did say the numbers, folks, tend to get overlooked in history. Yes,
They do. They do.
Absolutely.
Nobody said my excuse for typos is it's 2 a.m. here in the UK. Hey, I'm writing at 2 a.m. too. Sometimes I get it. It happens.
Well, we just appreciate you tuning in to us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Especially
for that.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's quite a gift for you to give us your time like that, and we're honored. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you all for joining us. And yeah, so trust me, we still got quite a bit of a show left. So Uncle Gary, everybody was right on both of your statements.
Very nice.
How about you, Chris?
And notice from our right or wrongs, I didn't take a shot at Sonny this week. I don't know what's wrong with me. You have to go to the doctor.
Mine aren't as serious nor as thought provoking as Gary's. The comic book guy from The Simpsons is an accurate portrayal in either mannerism or physicality of most comic shop owners. No, I'm sorry, 70% of comic shop owners.
70.
Okay,
yeah.
70. Then I'll say right. Yeah, obviously not all, but 70%. I'll say right.
Oh, man,
a damn good portrayal, man.
I listen.
We've all known that guy.
We have.
I do love it.
We have. Thank you, Mobius. We have, but I will say this. I think in this day and age, the 70% number's too high.
Maybe too high now?
I think it's too high. If
maybe
it was
65?
60 maybe I would go with, but I think 70 is a little too high for me right now. So, yeah. There you go. Oh, man.
Yeah, Pam said, my first Overstreet was one of the most influential books to me. So much stuff I never heard of.
And wasn't it wonderful to look through the pictures? And even though there were the little pictures, to go, oh, look at that, and then when you would have a book that was pictured, it was like, oh, I got that book. Look, they put a picture of my book in there. And
it was like going to another world,
Yep.
One that only you and your geek friends understood.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, but how important it was.
Pam says you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying wrong because the 70 is too high.
What percentage would you say, Pam?
Yeah, I'm saying the percentage now is 50. I go with 50. 20 years ago, that's a slam dunk, right?
Now remember, I said in either mannerism or physical appearance.
Mr. Keith said right, but to an extent, he said, I know a guy who looks like him, but acts the opposite.
Well, see, there you go. Okay. Yeah, Chris did say either or. So because of that,
I say right. I say you're right.
Okay, because of either or. That's a great distinction. I'll say right, barely.
By that much.
By a hair. From a chinny chin chin.
My other one's really kind of silly. If you let a goat read a comic book, the goat will eat it.
I will say right.
Right.
I think that's that one. Now that one I think is slam dunk. It's kind of like a Harlem Globetrotter slam dunk,
Sweet Georgia Brown.
And Pam says my LCS is now insufferable hipsters. I've been to certain comic shops where some are like into it, and I've been to other ones where the whole time they're not even looking; they're just on their phone. I'm like, you can't say hi.
Like you're not even there.
I'm like, where's the comics? I'm like, do you have this comic book? Oh, if it's there, it's gonna be there. I'm like,
I think I told Chris this the other day. So Chris and I are an age where we were part of the generation that were going to the first real comic stores, because before then you would have to go to like newsstands that would have old books and old periodicals and things. But then when the direct market came out, the comic book stores opened that were strictly comic book stores, maybe toys and this and that. When I would go in there, I wasn't really accepted too much because I looked like the people that were tormenting the comic book readers. So, I look like the people that were tormenting them and making their life very, very uneasy. So I was viewed, giving the side eye and all
with
that other
great
stuff.
skepticism.
Yeah, with great skepticism. So yeah, so I was, I was not wholeheartedly embraced, by some of the early stores till people got to know me. And then to make matters worse, if a female walked in the store, I had the impunity to actually go up there and talk to her. And oh my God, that didn't endear me very well. that made it even worse. Now he's talking.
Is he crazy?
He's talking to her. He's actually talking to her. Yeah, so
he's talking to the girl, and he could school me in comic books.
Yeah,
you still haunt their dreams to this day. Now they look at you and they're like, and he's on a show.
Yeah, and he could steal my lunch money. All those things. So yeah, so I look like the jocks that were tormenting them, and I knew more about comics than probably they did. And I'm talking to the damn girl. So yeah, it took me a while to get some acceptance.
Comic collectors have it easy now, man. Back when I was a kid, man, I got beat up for reading comics. I was a 90-pound freshman in high school. I got this shit kicked out of me.
I used to defend my friends that were nerdy, right? I used to have to defend them. The rest of the team, oh, come on, man. Why are you defending him, man? He's just a nerd, man. And I'd say, dude, what are you going to get out? You whoop his ass, so what? Everybody expects that. What do you get? I said, tell you what. To get to them, you whoop my ass, and then you got a lot to brag about. You can brag all week long, man. You whoop my ass and then got to beat them up.
You final bossed them.
Well, no, it didn't even get that far, because then all of a sudden, for some reason, it wasn't as attractive an option. I wonder why. They decided that it wasn't worth the risk. It's just classic bully stupidity, right? It wasn't worth the risk of possibly, most likely, most definitely, you're going to get your ass kicked. So, then all of a sudden, it's just not as attractive a situation. If I'd known you in high school, nobody had touched you, man. I'd have had your back, brother.
Where were you?
I don't know, man.
I would have had your back too, but I wasn't born for a long time.
Oh my God, your daddy wasn't even born when I was in high school.
I don't know.
I got back pain older than you.
That stuff didn't really last much past, the sophomore year.
Yeah, because you got buff after that, and then
It wasn't really buff, but
bald and tattoos. Well,
yeah. Same for me, Unc. Yeah, in the '90s, bald and tattoos. Or
there you go.
The late '90s.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. So, but it's just kind of funny. It goes back to the old thing. Don't judge the book by its cover, right?
Exactly.
Do not judge the book by its cover. So anyway. But
there's definitely a false stereotype about the type of person that reads comics. Yeah, and I think this show does a great job of showing that. See, we're all pretty different and pretty diverse.
Now it's acceptable. Though. Now it's accepted. Nerd culture is cool now.
I don't know. I don't know that it's a false stereotype. I think it's a stereotype based on some truth, because there were in the 70s and 80s there were a lot of little skinny or very heavy nerds that populated, comic shops or spinner racks, and that, it was just it
was
a geek fest.
I don't know of anybody else on the teams I played on that were reading comics back then. Yeah. Now it's cool.
It's expanded. I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah. A lot of the jock culture into the comics and all that, but back then.
And, you have a lot of the artists and writers in the 80s to thank for that, because they started expanding out to different genres and making comics a little more serious and telling stories. And that led to bigger readership. So.
And I think movies, too, like nowadays, someone's looked at it as kind of different if they're like, I haven't seen Avengers or something like that. Someone would look at it like, wait, you haven't seen it? Yeah. Whereas back in the day, if someone said, hey, I have a comic. You're reading comic books? Now you look at it weird if you don't know the characters.
Yeah. Submariner.
I used to have guys go, Gary, man, how the hell are you doing it? You going out, you're getting girls and you're into comics. How are you doing that? I'm like, look, dude, I don't lead with, hey, baby, I like comics. No, you don't lead with that. You're like, hey, I'm playing on the team. Want to come see me play? Blah, blah, blah. Take them out, have a good time. And then later on, say I like comics. At that point, they don't care. You showing them a good
later
time.
on, taking them to Johnny Rockets.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. and have a blast off. And at that point, they don't care. They don't care at that point. But you don't lead with, "Hey, baby."
Yeah, you don't walk up and go, "Look, I'm a nerd."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, now you could do it probably.
Now you
probably
could
do it now, but back then
you couldn't. Back then, you had to be kind of keep it on the down low.
Yeah, we'll get to that after you are fully
Speaking
in love.
comics now.
Yeah, after you're fully in love, baby, then we can talk about my hobby.
And then Mr. Keith did say, he said, I think a lot of comic book guys can thank the comic book guy for not becoming a typical comic book guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I agree with you.
The stereotype has evolved.
It has.
We have evolved
has.
and expanded. Yes.
But again, it was another stereotype. Comic book guy, another stereotype based on
some fact.
A lot of what you saw.
Yeah.
You know?
There you go. 80s did give birth to badass comic readers.
That's right.
That is very true. You know, I remember when The Matrix came out, right? And everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's so cutting edge. It's so cool. It's so mind blowing." I'm like, dude, I've seen that in comics for 15, 20 years. You know, it just, you know.
It was admittedly very original for theaters.
Yes. And for a lot of people who weren't into comics, but I was like, I've been reading these themes for years.
Or just straight sci-fi, you know.
True. And same thing with people that read the prose books. Absolutely. So these concepts were very cool and very well done cinematically and the effects and all that. But it blew a lot of people's minds that hadn't read sci-fi or hadn't read comics, you know, or didn't. I mean, shoot, I'm still, you know, injecting Twilight Zone episodes, you know, even now.
I'd crush them up with a credit card and snort them.
Yeah. Thank you, Rod Serling.
And Mr. Keith said, I like that. Dear past self, comics will be cool in the future. Yes. And worth a lot of money, too. So.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, there's also that. All right, and then I have my one statement. And now this one goes to comic books and AI. And then my one statement is the biggest publishers have already been using AI.
I'm going to say wrong. I hope not. Say wrong.
I'm going to say right.
Say right. You know what I mean?
Businesses will do anything to cut corners.
Well, I believe in the future, but I don't think they've already been doing it. But
they might be using them to color. You don't know what they might be using them for. Inks.
I think somewhere along the line. I think somewhere they've, like I said, I hope not, and I believe definitely in the future. But for right now, I think somewhere along the lines they've used it. Maybe not even published it, but maybe like used it to get some kind of idea. We'll see. So Liz says that I'm wrong.
I'm saying wrong. I'm saying wrong.
Boosh.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But knowing businesses like I do.
See, Mr. Keith got wrong, but give it a week. Yeah.
That's right. Mobius says, right? Yes. So we are. Like I said, Chris, I'm like you. Like I'm like, yeah, businesses. Even though they can pay any kind of artist in the world to work for them, you know. But
pretty soon you'll see some guy named, you know, Tom Jones inking a whole bunch of stuff, and you never see him at cons.
Yeah, he's on stage singing "What's Up, Pussycat." He's singing "What's Up, Pussycat," and he's doing unspeakable things to Elvira.
Elvira's avoiding him. Yeah, you're the one who told me this story.
For those of you that don't know the Cassandra Peterson, who is Elvira, Tom Jones story, it is worth looking up on your Google machine.
Yeah, I didn't know until you told me to, and then I did. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, I looked at
Chris, you know, right? Chris, you don't know?
No. I got to find out now.
You know, I remember he had an album cover that's because my mom liked Tom Jones. She had a Tom Jones album. It said "The Lead and How to Swing It." The Lead and How to Swing It. That's pretty much the Cassandra Peterson. I'm just going to say episiotomy. That's all I'm going to say. So look up the
I'm going to have to check it out.
Pam said I didn't hear the question. Right, but okay, I'll repeat the question. And it was that the biggest publishers have already been using AI.
No, I think. Was she talking about?
Oh, the question was if
no, that's what
the Elvira thing.
Elvira said, "AI."
Oh yeah, but their question was if
Did he Ric Flair?
woo.
I'm just saying it was.
Ric Flair had
But
a penchant
look,
for exposing himself to people
no,
Playing
on the
this
bus.
this is going to say
His
girth.
teammates.
I'm just going to say girth.
Oh,
But real quick, Liz said about the question. Think
it's
about
not
it.
unusual.
She said, think about it. If the artist is coloring or drawing on a computer art program, they are using a certain form of AI that drives the codes for color blending, shadows, etc. Chris could be right.
Well, he could be right, and you know what? I'm not 100% that I dig dig it when creators aren't drawing it by hand.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of the computer generated art. And I'm like,
I prefer the old, scratch board. Pen and ink. Love it.
Yeah, me too.
There's nothing better looking. I think.
I agree.
They make things brilliant and smooth and crisp, but it just doesn't have that same.
And the guys that do it, that draw on their Macs or whatever the hell they're drawing on, they don't have any original art, right?
Oh, you're ready to sell because the original was online. Yeah.
Right. So there's no original art for them to sell either. So they're losing a whole revenue stream there, right?
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some of them maybe, like I said, I think maybe some of them, it could have happened. Like I said, I'm just guessing that they could use an AI and be like, okay, here's how I want it to look. And then they're kind of like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No
you could say, design me a superhero that does this, this, and this. It throws up a picture. I like that. And then you just draw. Instead of using your imagination to come up with that character and how he looks. Which I had to do today, by the way.
So, all right, guys.
I used my kidneys.
I gotta tell you that your kidneys aren't there. But all right, now we've gone through our right or wrong. So yeah, first we were agreeing, then we were kind of a little bit, and then the last one we were a bit split on it. So that's good. I like to agree and disagree on stuff. So now it's time for a random panel of the week. And this one is why we're called Everyone's Evil, because here's the Spectre. And what does he say? He says, "You're evil. I'm evil. Superman is evil. Mick Jagger's evil. Harrison Ford is evil." And she says, "No, not Harrison Ford."
That's fantastic.
That's a great panel.
I saw it a while ago, and I was like, I gotta wait for this one on an Uncle Gary episode, and like this is the perfect time.
Sonny, do you know which version of the Spectre that is?
Would it be Hal Jordan?
It is the Hal Jordan Spectre. Good job, Sonny Kruger. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. You're very good. Yep, that is the Hal Jordan Spectre.
I was back in the day when we had right or wrong. I was pretty good at kidding, though. I was pretty good at winning some of those.
Not the best version of the Spectre, but an impressive one nonetheless. He had some pretty good stories.
There were some interesting stories with him. Yeah.
Let's see.
I like that random panel. And I think that was the gal that was with the Titans for a while. I can't remember her name right now. Might have been Ghost. I don't know. But
yeah, she was with
the kind of looks ghosty.
Yeah. I think she was with Young Justice, wasn't she?
Young Justice, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't remember her name either.
Yeah.
Because she was in that crossover, that Sins of Youth crossover.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
In the comments, Pam said, but even Neil Adams used a lot of tracing in his art.
But was he tracing his stuff or tracing other people's stuff? I figured if he's tracing, wasn't he doing his?
Yeah, I guess it would be his. I mean, I'll more see what you guys have to say about the Liz says, they have pens that draw on the screen, special brushes, etc. Yeah, there are more technology. There are stuff like that too. We could draw. You could do it on your phone too. I've seen pens for your phone. But yeah, so here we go. Yeah, the Spectre.
I used brow paint for a while when I did my first 2 novels, and I wanted to color stuff. A lot of that stuff in my novels is colored by me, and I had to figure out how to use that and use the different brushes and lighting and all that. But it's not real art. It's not hard to figure out. If you have any bit of aptitude for art, you can color with a decent look, with a little bit of training. and pick up stuff on the job.
But before I take this off, yeah, so Spectre, he'll join Spectre saying, like, everyone's evil. Superman, McJagger, Harrison Ford.
Not Harrison Ford.
And now we got something that is a bit evil, and that's this list.
Pro already on the list. Oh, what'd you do to Chris?
Oh, look at that. He left and he came back.
Hello, gentlemen.
You're going to have to deal with it. It is time for the F list, and there's no escaping it. The man joining the F list today is... Oh, you see him right there? That's just him pulling out a sword, because his name is Quick Kick.
Quick Kick.
As you can see, he's on the cover of Super Pro. When Quick Kick is on offense, there is no defense.
Oh,
okay. In the first picture, was he Asian and now he's black? Okay, no, he's black. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then here he is doing it. Like, I was Carl Moore once. Now I'm only called Quick Kick, which is synonymous with a quick death. As he throws.
Is it
Look
really?
at that star. That star. That's.
What's wrong with that star? What kind of star is that?
Yeah, the art is completely off with that.
Yeah, that was a very bad job forging. Whoever made that. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Surprised you, didn't I? You see, I never forget a voice, a face, body language, just like I never forget a play. And there he is. He's kicking some guy. Yeah, you took something that didn't belong to you. My boss is very upset.
He's just some random dude on the street just kicking the shit out of people.
And here he is with his eyes. This is the next panel. Yeah.
Now
I have to go all the way to Hellendale to get the guns back. Boy, you punks bust my hump.
Wow.
Punks bust my hump. And Liz is leaving. We should see you have to go walk the Mutt. Great show. We'll catch the ending in the morning. Well, hope you enjoy.
All right, Liz. Thanks for joining us.
And hope your walk is good. Okay. And then now, I think now all the ones are coming in for the random panel. Yeah.
There we go.
But before, Mr. Keith had said, yeah, okay, hear me out, Guy Garner becomes the Spectre. He'd be very dangerous.
That would be an angry Spectre.
He'd be so mad.
Yeah, that'd be like the Spectre when he doesn't have a human host. You know, he's off the chain then.
Oh, man.
The guy, wouldn't be any difference when Guy is there. Jeez.
And now with Quick Kick, Mr. Keith had said he should just have been called Quick Death. And Boosh says Quick Fail. Yeah. So, I guess anyone want to take a guess as to a bit of the history around old Quick Kick? You know where he's from?
He's from Harlem. Remember where he's from? I didn't.
Oh, I mean, like what comic book? He's from.
I'm gonna say he was born in a naval base in Okinawa. And he just likes kicking people. That's his thing. He gets a kick out of it.
I think he's a frustrated soccer player.
And you think that's what it is?
Yeah, he can never kick the ball right, so he just figures I'll just kick people. Since he can't kick the damn moving, spinning ball, he'll just kick people in the ass.
Well, guys, he was a kicker in football who played with NFL Super Pro, but he was always jealous of Super Pro's, good skills. And his one and only appearance is in Super Pro issue number 2, which was written by Fabian Nicieza. The penciler was Jose Delbo, and the inker was Mike DiCarlo. And I said this is one and only issue. And I said, yeah, he was a bad football player. He was always jealous of NFL Super Pro, but then he turned to a life of crime, which suddenly, I guess, because he was a kicker, he suddenly became a ninja. because he could kick.
Because those skills translate.
Yeah, they do, absolutely.
Yeah, if you're a kicker, watch out for every kicker in the NFL. They might, if they go to a life of crime, they'll become ninjas with messed up stars like that, where one side is, it's just not even. That's not an even star.
That's what
he got them real cheap.
Yeah, he went to the discount mart. Yeah,
He did. He got that.
He went to Ranger Rick's supplies. Yeah, Ranger Rick's paramilitary supply store. Yeah,
Kirkland.
Yeah, or Ollie's.
Kirkland brand stores.
Ollie's military apparel.
Yeah, he wanted some Death Star, some Ninja Death Stars. He got him off. If it was today, he'd get him off Timo. That's what they'd be. But yeah, so he turned to a life of crime after his career didn't go well, and then he would beat people up. Obviously, this for the money, and the guns. He's looking for the guns.
Why and this had a big bullseye on his head.
Yeah, to stay hidden in the.
He's like, oh yeah, shoot me, please.
Yes, let me stay hidden in the shadows. Every good ninja puts bullseyes on their chest and head.
No kidding. The big old bright red mark on his outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
is that orange and red? Good ninja colors.
Yeah, orange and red. He'll definitely hide in the shadows with that.
It's probably hunter orange too.
Burn orange. It's burn orange.
He gets it. He says, "Gotcha, Lord. Do I love to win or what?" Bada bim, bada boom. This makes both halves of the stolen arms shipment. My boss gets his guns, so he's happy. I get my fee plus a bonus, so I'm happy. And then you hear, and you go to jail. So I'm happy. And who is it? It's NFL Super Pro. And he's like, who the heck are you?
Oh, I thought that was Dredd.
Call me Super Pro. The game's over, you loser. So.
It could be Dredd. Look at that outfit.
Let's see. That's what we do. We bastardize British properties, and we turn Dredd into Super Pro here.
Yeah, Mr. Kitsia, is he only a villain at the collegiate level? I'd say lower.
Yeah, he certainly is an amateur. Yeah.
And like Mr. Keith was going on with you, Chris. Yeah, why does he wear a red dot that's a perfect target? Yeah, for kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he's supposed to do the kicker. Yeah, which is a story that he peaked in high school pretty much because when he couldn't hang with he couldn't hang with Phil Graydon. That's why he couldn't make it. And as for his orange, Bruce said, creamsicle. And when it does come to quick kick, also. Mr. Keith had said, at least he has the sense to wear a collared shirt under his uniform. Like every ninja, like your typical ninja, collared uniform.
Well, dress for the job you want, I guess.
Yeah, well, they do have dress codes. Yeah.
He wanted to be a waiter.
Booth says, did he become the Punisher for an issue of the Punisher? No, I mean, we remember during the Punisher suicide run, there was a few people trying to become the Punisher. This guy did not, because he did not last. So that brings me to tell you a little bit about his finale, what happened after he was confronted by NFL Super Pro. They got in a fight, and Super Pro beat him down every time. Even though Quick Kick was like, I learned every move, he wasn't able to avoid like any hit, any move that Super Pro did on him. Super Pro kicked him, he threw him, and then he said, well, I'm still going into this. He still ran away and got in this plane. And Super Pro said, no, it was damaged from our fight. The wing is messed up. But he didn't care. He got on the plane. It was already messed up due to the fight, and he quickly crashed and died.
They buckied him.
So he's dead, yeah.
Oh, he got buckied.
Yeah, Bucky, no!
Yeah.
But nobody was crying for Quick Kick.
Oh.
So he had one kind of quick appearance.
Super Pro 2, one and done.
Yeah. I say Quick Kick quickly goes to the F list.
I would put Super Pro on there as well.
He is. He's already there.
Well, thank God there's some sense in the world.
Yeah. Let me look back in my notes to see the way back.
Super Pro has somebody to fight again. Fight.
Okay.
For eternity in Valhalla.
Gentlemen, we are in episode 184 of the Codex Podcast. All the way back on episode 62. NFL Super Pro joined.
Wow.
And that was the very beginning days, yeah, because only since the 60s, I think since 61, we've been doing it. So,
so he was in the second batch of F-listers.
yeah. And now Quick Kick joins the F list. A little bit of something before there's so many F-listers in NFL Super Pro, but sometimes like, wait, maybe keep it around like football season. So I'm like, hey, the Super Bowl is coming up. Now it's time to pull out another F-lister.
Well, maybe soon we'll have a whole team of Super Pro F-listers.
Oh, yeah.
F-listers.
Yeah. You know, there's quite a few comics that have like I said, NFL Super Pro has many on there. Uncle Gary, you were your favorite. Savage Dragon.
I'm surprised you haven't looked at like, what was it, USA Trucking or
Team USA, yeah, Team America.
I have to look at some of those.
Yeah, there's some really bizarre niche comics that came out every once in a while.
And Chris, feel free. Any of them you think, because we've actually had a lot of characters join now. Feel free to send me any links or pictures of anybody, and I will gladly put them on. Not long ago,
eye open.
Hey, and Bruce says, "Yeah, have an F list Pro Bowl."
There you go.
Yeah, we definitely.
That'd be the Tidy Bowl.
Yeah. Not long ago, Dan, our Codex Dan had sent me the character Ice Cream. He's like, have you picked this character? I'm like, oh yeah, that was Ice Cream was a character who turned into ice cream. Yeah.
Can't lick him.
We don't want to. Yes, we've had many
ice cream.
Turn ice cream. There was Combo Man, who was like Cyclops' visor, like Iron Man's chin. Someone.
Oh, he wasn't like a cheese-filled pretzel snack.
And that's how they created him.
Yeah,
it was an ad that was in all the comic books. Yep.
Was it really?
Had to do with the snacks. Yep.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. And real quick, Pam says US 1.
Yep, US 1.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Exactly what it was.
She says lame.
I think I had some of those dumb issues, and I had Team America too. Yeah.
Well, you know what I'll be looking into and reading for the rest of the week. Oh yeah, so US number 1. And now
I'm wondering how many issues of that came out.
I don't know, and I think that was about time of the CB craze. The CB.
It was actually well after the CB craze had died off. Marvel caught on at the very tail end of it, and I only know this because I grew up in a trailer park, and my dad was on the CB all the time. So, I was a big fan of trucker movies and stuff like that when I was a kid.
Convoy.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a redneck.
Yeah. CW
Over the Top, the one, the arm wrestling movie.
Yeah.
No. Smokey and the Bandit.
C.W. McCall wrote the song Convoy.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
With the late, great, what's his name?
So great, I can't even remember.
Chris Christopherson, Whistler.
Oh, yeah.
Good film.
All right, guys, now brings us to our topic of the week. Our topic of the week, before we talk about evil, as the Spectre said that everyone is evil. So our topic of the week is, who are some evil characters that can't be redeemed? I'll just start off and say Darkseid. I don't think Darkseid is a character who will ever change. He is like the epitome of evil, and I don't think there's an ounce of good in old Darkseid owning Apocalypse.
Well, I will second that, because he not only him though, his entire pantheon of bad guys on Apocalypse, none of them were redeemable. Desaad, no. Granny Goodness, no. Victor Wunderbar, whatever his name is, no. Wunderbar. Calabac, no. No. So the whole Steppenwolf, no,
not at all.
None of those apocalyptic thugs are redeemable. So not just Darkseid, but the whole damn pantheon of new, of new gods, Apocalypse baddies. They're all unredeemable.
Mobius says the Maker, and Boo says the Joker. Now, Joker's a character that I would have. However, The reason why I would actually say the Joker possibly can, because I think he is one of the most evil, crazy characters. But Batman White Knight
Yes.
is such an incredible story. I was like, how did I ever think? Like, who would have thought that the Joker could like change? So that's why I don't pick Joker unless because I think Batman White Knight was an incredible story where it's him actually trying to be good.
Yeah.
Dun.
And I
First time I gave it 10 was that story.
I could almost agree with you, Gary, but I think that gods and demons are in a different category than, say, your standard,
Villain.
mortal villain, because it is in their nature to be evil, and they can't really break that mold. So you can't redeem them; they're demons or dark gods.
I'll give you that.
There to redeem. It's who they are.
Well, of the regular human super villain set, also I had settled on. So yeah, I can understand that because they're forces of nature.
Yeah,
those creatures, the new gods, but Bullseye, Lester.
Yeah.
When we did the Bullseye episode, there's absolutely, for a comic character of the week, there's absolutely nothing redeemable about him. He's a sociopath, just gets his jollies by killing. There is nothing good about him. We don't even know his origin. We don't even know, he doesn't have a definitive origin. So you don't even know why he is such a twisted sucker.
He's a complete psychopath.
Yeah, complete.
I think there was a comic where they did doctors like, oh, we did surgery on his brain. He's getting better, and he was not. He did not change. Nothing changed him.
It's like in The Dark Knight Returns when they tried to do that with the Joker.
Not gonna work.
He's okay now.
Mr. Keith, I feel like Dr. Doom.
No, it was
self-aware. Dr. Doom. I feel like Dr. Doom is too self-aware to be forgiven.
Well,
doing.
Doom is interesting because a lot of what he does, though, he thinks he's doing for the good of his countrymen,
of his countrymen, much like Black Adam.
Yes,
who is an anti-hero. I mean,
right. So Doom. Yeah, I think Doom, and every now and then Doom will be on the right side of things because it benefits him or his country. But so, Doom isn't totally unredeemable, but like Bullseye is. Bullseye, there's just nothing good about him. That's right.
Mobius says, Dr. Doom can be an ally if it suits him. Also, he's quite fond of Sue Storm.
Well, more than that, he loves Valeria, the daughter of Reed and Sue. That's his goddaughter. And so there's a touching, he sacrificed himself, so no harm came to her when he was Sorcerer Supreme.
They have developed such a great family dynamic in the Fantastic Four mythology. It's just beautifully done.
And Doom was kind of doing things the right way, it looked like, and he was going to have a royal wedding, and the gal he was going to marry slept with Johnny like a couple weeks, and he found out about that, and then Doom went evil again. Doom went evil again because Johnny Storm slept with his bride to be.
In all honesty, Johnny would sleep with any female.
I know. Listen.
Johnny,
he banged a centipede last year.
He don't care.
A centipede. What?
He don't care.
You know what?
He's like Shingles. Shingles doesn't care.
Well, listen, I understand he's a hound and all that, but a bug, a centipede. Come on, man. It's too much. It's too much.
I think Liz has a good one saying the high evolutionary.
Well, there's another one that
he doesn't
views himself a god. Yeah, he views himself above it all. So, I can.
He's irredeemable, I think.
Yeah, I think I give that a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Too.
Mr. Kissy, Galactus, isn't evil because he needs to feed. Yeah, but it's just sometimes think about it. Yeah.
Oh, I give you somebody who's irredeemable. The biggest, I will say, this is the biggest prick in comics. Henry Peter Skyrich.
Good pick, yeah.
He is redeemable, though. One little piece of lead and he'll be redeemed.
There you go.
And we got some other good ones too. The Red Skull. That's somebody I have in my.
You know what?
Red Skull.
Yeah, I
Red
think
Skull is irredeemable.
Yeah, I think he's irredeemable too. Yeah.
Any of the villains that worked with the Nazis during World War II.
Von,
I was going to say
Von Stucker. Yeah, Stucker.
Yep.
Irredeemable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Mephisto. Yeah, I was going to say Mephisto too, or possibly Blackheart. Like they're. Well, like you kind of saying, they are evil. Like they're kind of, we know they're not going to turn good. Mephisto.
Mephisto, I think, gets into the dark side category and the New Gods category. That's what they are, though.
It's just nature.
Yeah.
You can't be.
Like I said, I don't think they would be redeemed though. So
I
don't want to be either.
It's probably easier to find something redeemable about a villain than it is for us to find redemption in characters that have been badly written. For instance, I haven't looked at Hank Pym the same since he beat Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah. I think he's been redeemed since then, but it certainly stained him.
It stained the character.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cassandra Nova.
Yeah. She's pretty nasty.
Yeah, she's kind of warped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Henry Gyrick.
Oh, yeah. Gyrick, just the biggest dick in comics.
Horrible.
Cameron Hodge is another one. I hate Cameron Hodge.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
When Gyrick went to shut the Avengers down, what a sanctimonious piece of crap he
was such a prick, man.
Oh, God, you hate him. God,
he was like, there could only be 7 Avengers at a time. Didn't they regulate it to that? Mm-hmm. The government?
Yep, they sure did. Yeah.
And he came in there throwing his weight around as the liaison with the government. What a jerk.
Just total dick, yeah. Kind of like the dude in
he looked like Howdy Doody.
He's kind of like the dude in Ghostbusters, right? That was trying to shut the Ghostbusters down.
Guys, like turn that off right now.
Mr. Keith says Dr. Frederick Wortham in the 1950s.
Okay. No, wait. Okay, let me say this about Wertheim. I have an original copy of Seduction of the Innocent. You know your enemies, right? Wertheim, he demonized comics, almost killed this industry. He sure did. But what was interesting about Wertheim is he did work with inner city kids, black kids, white kids, immigrant kids. Poor kids. He was trying to better their lives, and he did a lot of really good work. But he had this one crackpot theory that because all of them that he worked with were reading comics, that he blamed comics for so many of those problems. Now, at that time, of course, there were some comics that kids shouldn't be reading, just like there are movies and books kids shouldn't be looking at now, or internet shit that they shouldn't be looking at. But his central premise was misguided because at that time, because all the juvenile delinquents that he was working with read comics. But at that time, 90% of children in this country were reading comics. So
he had like a good
that's where
but just
right. That's where the premise was flawed. So sure, all the delinquents, sure, because 90% of the kids in the country were reading comics.
Yeah.
At that point, according to one study that I had read on it.
And the more grown-up stuff that was coming out was aimed towards GIs coming home from the war.
Yep.
A little more mature reading.
That's right. And Pam is right. Those were more mature books, and they weren't made for kids. They weren't being made for kids. But of course, kids were getting their hands on, like they were getting their hands on cigarettes and smoking out behind the fences and stuff like that. But Wertheim did do some work with kids that a lot of other important psychiatrists couldn't be seen with. He was trying to help kids that were poor and do things. So I don't think he was a bad person. I just think he was very misguided.
Oh yeah, that's
comics.
on it too.
And you know,
Mr. Keith says, I recall reading in a book about Tales from the Crypt, he realized he was somewhat wrong later in life.
yes, I believe that's a fact
So
too.
I'll say,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I'd say he could be redeemed.
and he's an easy one for us to vilify because he almost killed our industry.
Yeah, he attacked our industry, our hobby.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, he did. Almost had it destroyed.
And it was a ridiculous premise.
Yeah, yes. The hearings were on live TV at the time. The Senate hearings, live television at the time.
That's so cool.
It's like if you're of a certain age, I can remember when the Watergate trials were on. You remember that, Chris?
Oh, I was real young, man.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother being so mad because her stories were being interrupted all summer. Her soap operas being interrupted by, you know.
That's funny as hell.
But they were on live TV, televising these things when it happened. That's how, you know, so that's how much of a big deal it was.
Were you at, did you watch that movie at my house, that one black and white episode of the show that was about comic book violence that came out in the 50s?
Yes.
That aired in the 50s?
Yes.
I have a DVD of that. It's a news program. It's like a, half hour long maybe?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
A news program about, you know, parents beware of the violence that kids are finding in comic books. And it was an interesting little time travel peek, you know, back in the 50s. It was a little odd.
The kids.
If you could find the name, I'd like to look that up and try to find it somewhere to watch.
Yeah, it was really interesting because it was done like a it was done like a, you know, community affairs kind of thing or consumer, you know.
Yeah.
The things that they did a lot in the 50s, like you deserve to know kind of thing, and you know, getting the word out there. And they talked with a lot of kids, and they talked about how it made them feel. And some of the kids said it scared them, and they were showing, they had Tales of the Crypt and things like that, and it was done during the 50s.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's great footage. I'll find out what it is. And Sonny, it came in one of the Yo books, you know, the collections of
a friend of mine wrote a play
of pre-code crime stuff.
Yeah,
and it was in there. I'll find out what it is.
Yeah, so it was a journalist that was doing this in-depth study, and Wertheim was probably mentioned in it. He might have been, his work might have been mentioned in it.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was touched on.
Yeah, and again, those comics were not, you know, and it led to the burnings, right? That led to two things.
And that led to expensive All-Star comics.
Yes, two things led to the Golden Age books being worth so damn much. One was World War II. The guys went to war, and the women, whether it was their mothers or their wives or their girlfriends, threw the books out while they weren't home.
Paper drives.
Or paper drives, or for the paper drives, for recycling, you know, because everything was to go toward the war effort. And then in the 50s, the comic book burnings. You know, the local minister would have everybody round up those evil comic books, and we're going to burn them and all this stuff, and they would burn.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. So creative.
I think somebody burned Action Comics #1.
You know they did. You know they did. And I want to cry every time I think about it.
I'd have been pastor. I will take care of this. I will take care of it.
Trust me, I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of these. Don't worry. I will have them removed. Just bring them all to me. Yeah.
This evil demon on, what is this, Detective Comics 27?
Yeah, there you go. Yes, this Bat Demon. So, but
what's this All-Star 3?
Yeah. So but yeah, so there's your scarcity right there, baby. There, you know, the two things, the twofold, the book burnings and World War II. So,
so we're glad this got a pretty good conversation
going. That is a really good reason to be mad at Dr. Frederick Wertham.
Hey, now I didn't know about Dr. Frederick Wertham before, and now I know. So see, not only do I share my comic info with everybody, but I learned things on this show too.
Oh,
I have a copy of that book too. It's really good.
So Sonny,
I mean, it's interesting reading.
Because of the congressional hearings, that's the reason why the Comics Code Authority came to be. Mm-hmm. Is because they had these hearings, and the comic book creators. So the comic book publishers knew that their goose was cooked, and one of the people that helped cook their goose was Gaines, Bill Gaines. So
Bill Gaines of Mad Magazine.
Yes. So when he took over for his father, Max, who had he started EC Comics, and they were entertaining comics. There were a lot of Bible stories, things like that. His dad died. William went crazy and did all kinds of horror and crime, and did most of the books that they previewed there were a lot of those books. EC books.
Yeah.
He went before he begged to go to be called as a witness before the Senate hearings, and he made it worse. He was going to be combative. He just made it worse. He was just shoveling dirt in on top of himself. He made everything worse. And the other publishers are watching this on live TV, maybe somewhere in the Senate chambers, I don't know, but most of them are watching on TV. And they were like, "Oh, we're dead. We're dead. This is killing us." And so they banded together and said, "We've got to self-police ourselves to show that we're righteous and wholesome." And they came up with the Comic Code Authority. Gaines felt betrayed by the other publishers, that he had gone to bat and he'd done this great thing, and they had betrayed him with this code that they wouldn't have this and they wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have werewolves. They wouldn't have vampires. They wouldn't have zombies in the comics.
You couldn't portray officers of the law as villains.
Yes, right.
You know, there are a whole
bunch
of weird.
Max Gaines died in a boating accident. Absolutely.
He died saving 2 people. Said. Mr. Keith said, yeah.
So he certainly did.
Max Gaines helped start DC, didn't he?
Well, Max Gaines was the head of All American Comics.
That's right.
So All American,
and then he sold off.
Think of DC. So the way DC was set up back then. Think of baseball. You have the National League and you have the American League. So DC proper, with Detective Comics, Action Comics, Adventure Comics, that was the National League.
That was national.
The American League was Sensation Comics, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. So those.
Yeah.
So it was like two different
leagues. Team, and the All-Star team.
That's right. So
was when they put them together and formed.
That's
All-Star
right. Because
Comics.
four of them were for the old traditional, from the National Comics, DC Comics, and 4 were from All American Comics, and then they formed those 4 became 8, and it became All-Star Comics, reminiscent of the All-Star baseball game.
That's so cool.
That's how that came to be. And there's a brief period. Now, I don't own a Golden Age book with the AA label on it, but I do want to get one. Comic House, yes, because when Gaines was fussing with DC and pissed off with him and threatened to take his comics and come out of the DC overall umbrella, he put AA on there instead of DC on.
And that ran for like 4 or 5 issues, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And so eventually what happened is DC bought him out for, I believe, $1 million. And so that $1 million,
EC.
He used that to start EC Comics, start his own line. So yeah, look at all the history we're dropping.
It's awesome.
We're dropping tonight. But
sorry, Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hey, I like to hear it. You know,
but to get back to his son Bill, and Sonny, do you know the reason why? Did you know Mad Magazine started out as a comic?
No, not too sure. Like I wasn't.
Okay.
Too much about how
the first 24 issues of Mad Magazine were comic sized. The reason it went to magazine size was to escape the Comics Code Authority, because now they weren't a comic, they're a magazine. So he kept Mad running as a magazine, and he did not have to adhere to the Comics Code Authority.
And I believe the reasoning was twofold as well, because you had cheaper shipping.
Yes, that's right.
Magazines than you did the comics for some reason. Yes,
absolutely. There was a different periodical rate for magazines, so that's very true. And
yeah, he was.
And with the Comics Code, only 2 companies did not take the Comics Code, and one was Dell. And Dell said, "We're Disney. We don't need the code." And they were right. they didn't need the code. And the other one was Classics Illustrated. And I will I will submit to you that the stuff in Classics Illustrated from some of the great novels, that was just as violent
It's pretty
and
filthy.
troubling as, in classic literature.
Sex, violence,
Yeah.
murder.
Murder and all that stuff that was in the comics, maybe not as horrifically portrayed, but some of the great classic novels are full of that stuff. So Classics Illustrated and Dell did not take the code, and you either took the code or you died. And that's exactly what happened. And a lot of comic companies did go under at that time. There were a whole lot of different companies, and they went
a ton.
They went under during those 50s, when comics were almost canceled.
And
we're talking about getting burned.
There was a superhero drought, except for DC.
There you go. Oh,
Mr.
I know.
He said, when it came to the burning comic books, he said, just fly around the earth until you go back in time and save them.
Absolutely.
Come back and you have a lot of money you could sell them for.
I mean, look, when they were 10 cents, man, we could go. If you had $5, do you know how much money you could make?
You would make a killing.
Yeah. Make a killing. So,
$1 million was quite a lot at that time.
Yeah, it is. Or was.
Oh, yeah. Still a lot now. Still nice to have now, but yeah.
Be nice to have now.
We could see decades later, Tales from the Crypt will go on to inspire TV show, including a kids game show and Saturday mornings. Yeah,
the Crypt Q.
It also inspired Creep Show. Stephen King's Creep Show.
Creep Show's so good. Bernie Wrightson did the storyboards for that.
So good.
Yeah. Tales from the Crypt was great, and I'm reading.
Fantastic.
They have a it's a comic being published right now, and then EC has come back. They're publishing under the EC imprint now, and I'm getting all those EC books. Catacomb of Torment and Cruel Universe, and the other titles, Epitaphs from the Abyss.
Are they good? Are they solid?
You know what? Just like all the anthologies, is hit and miss, story by story.
Yeah. Yeah. Read a lot of stuff like that.
Yep. So when you have an anthology,
eerie.
You may get 3 anthologies, and one of them might be awesome. The other 2, one might be mediocre, and the other might be that ain't no good.
Yeah.
But so that's what you get with a horror anthology, and with so many of them, man, it's about the cover.
Yeah.
It's about the covers, man.
Well, back in the day, man, Warren Publishing, their magazines were primo.
Mm-hmm.
The art was phenomenal in those books.
Yep.
The black and white stories.
Chris, by the way, Chris, not the dumbest, but the one I least like to see on the other side of a bar fight.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Also Weird Science, but yeah.
Weird
Science was a comic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the 80s movie, but yes, it was a comic book, yeah.
Oh, well, that was part of the EC line. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
They had EC had war books, had medical, an MD book, had
EC
fighting
had
AC.
it covered, man. The only thing they didn't have was superheroes.
Yes, they did not have, and like Chris had alluded to, the superheroes were waning by 1950, and we did our Jack Kirby Comic Creator of the Week a few weeks ago, and the biggest genre in the 50s was not superheroes, it was not Western, it was not horror, it was romance. It was the best-selling genre of the 50s. And Jack Kirby and Joe Simon, who both, they were the creators of Captain America, they were the creators of the whole romance genre with young romance.
And it was huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And speaking of that,
were monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
I should have to tell us that, Uncle Gary, who are you guys taking on tomorrow on Comic Character of the Week?
Tomorrow we are doing Norman Osborn. So there will be a lot of Green Goblin stuff, but there will also be some Iron Patriot or whatever the hell he called himself when he was running the Dark Avengers. We'll probably talk weird haircuts or weird hairstyles that he's
got the best comic hair ever.
Yeah.
Or some of the worst.
Yeah. So
it's either the best or the worst. It's one or the other.
It's
something.
It is something. Yeah. It is something.
Yeah,
there's no middle ground there. There's no middle ground. It's either this way or it's this way. So Norman Osborn. So really cool character. One of the
great villains.
Superman villains. And right now, hell, he's a Spider-Man ally right now.
And a great character that is near and dear to guys our age too.
Yeah.
Growing up reading, early Spider-Mans. And I'll probably tell this tomorrow, but when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of money, and the only comics I got were the collected books that you would get from the library. And inevitably there'd be a, 10 or 20 issue collected work as Spider-Man or the Fantastic Four, or the Fireside publishing books like make what is it, the origin of Marvel Comics and Bring On the Bad Guys. That was all I had growing up. So I would read those early Goblin stories over and over and over again. He was creepy to me.
Nice. Before we let it end, I'll bring it back to our topic of the week, which was,
I'm so sorry.
Who are some evil characters that can't be redeemed? What do you think about before, it'll lead us into tomorrow's show? Norman Osborn, do you think he's a character that could be redeemed?
Yeah, because they're doing it right now.
You think he's redeemed?
He's putting on the spider suit and he's trying to live a better life. I think there's a storyline with the Sin Eater, and the Sin Eater ate his sins, and
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. And he's trying to better himself. He's still, maybe got a hint of madness in him, but I think he's redeemable. Anybody that's, that tries to do good, you'd have to say is redeemable. Whether it lasts or not is a different question.
I think with a sufficient amount of plot armor, you can make any character redeemable somehow.
Yeah. Well, right. It depends on the writer. If the writer wants to, take a character in a new direction, he can make him.
And you see it happen all the time, and sometimes it gets exhausting where the villains are suddenly the heroes. And another one.
Norman Osborn will always revert to type.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Osborn in a Spider-Man suit. Never thought I would live to see the day. I really wonder how that is. I don't really like the image of Norman Osborn as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's in the Spidey suit. You say, what's wrong with Spider-Man's head? Why does it look like he's got rose alfalfa in there?
Yeah, I think it really depends on the writing. Like I said, Joker would have been a character I would have thought, but after reading White Knight, I'm like, wow, he could pull it off. But certain characters, like I said, I don't think Red Skull, and I don't think
I think Nazis themselves are just irredeemable.
They are irredeemable.
Darkseid is another character.
I don't think that you can. Yeah, those atrocities can never be overlooked.
No, Bullseye never redeemed.
Yeah,
because he just kills for the fun of it. Turns him off.
He's a fruitcake.
Yeah, he's just psychopath.
So everybody, and even if you're watching this later on, feel free to put it in the comments and let us know who you think is the evil character that can't be redeemed.
Sonny Kruger.
No way. Already been redeemed. Look at what I put onto the what I give to the world. I give the world
Sonny Kruger, toy mangler.
We ought to just put Sonny in like the Fool Killer outfit. He'd be the toy killer.
Yeah.
No. I give the people a codex. I've been redeemed. Accidents that happened.
Might be something that they hold a grudge for.
For accidents that happened when I was 3 years old.
The people that come and watch it now might have Codex Stockholm syndrome.
They just miss it if we don't have it. So I must come every week. So yes, I will. I shall be here next Wednesday, and it should be me and Dan Kelly, and I will have these guys joining me soon enough. Like I said, so tomorrow you'll see them on Comic Character of the Week. Norman Osborn. So again, I will say take care, everybody. I'll let you guys say your goodbyes.
See you.